And in some cases, some of the younger folks aren't even familiar with any of the old stuff at all, what
Oh,
real
no.
country music is.
They have no idea. They have no earthly idea. I recall, I don't recall his name now, but he was the new act. He was on the Opry that night. And his marketing gal was from New York. And I said, well, no doubt, if you're from New York, I said, and you're the marketing for him. I said, no doubt you know a lot about country music and its roots and everything. And she said, oh, I don't know anything about it. And I thought, that is so sad to be trying to market a country act and have no idea who Roy Acuff or Minnie Pearl or anybody was, and to not even care, to not try to, find out who made all of this possible. So it's a changing world, and we all know that. And we don't always like all of the changes.
But, well, anyways, I guess get to going back to you and Jim Ed. You went on to have many, many more hit records.
Oh, yes. We had 12 top 5 or number 1 singles. I don't recall how many were number 1, but I know at least 4 of them were. And we had, most everything we did went to 2 or 3 or 5, maybe a couple of them may have been 6 or 7, but we were very fortunate to, have a lot of hit records together.
Saying hello, saying I love you, saying goodbye,
yes.
Lying in love with you fools, and the list just goes on and on.
Morning comes too early, don't bother to knock, is the world ran out of love tonight, and I'll never be free, just if it ain't love by now. There's just a lot of good songs that we had. And
anyways, I guess this is a good time for a product plug. I have in my hand this wonderful double hits collection. That's actually the title of it for those listening out there who've never heard of it, which I hope everyone has. And it's by you and Helen Cornelius. It's a 2-disc CD set, 14 songs on each CD of all of your hits. Just about.
Yes, and there's a lot of good music on that CD. Great songs. Have I told you lately that I love you? And I'm leaving it up to you. Jim Ed and I recorded that, and it's been number 1 many times in Texas. They just keep resurrecting it, and the manager who used to be the manager of the Browns, and he runs a radio station down that markets several places in Texas. He'll call Jim Ed up and say, "Well, you and Helen are number 1 again." But there's just a lot of great songs on that CD. All of our hits,
And, well, as you mentioned, some that maybe aren't even associated with you. There's a few songs on there that are just great versions of those songs, too.
Yeah. United We Stand, Divided We Fall. We did that for years in our road show. Of course, You Don't Bring Me Flowers was a big hit by Jim Ed and I. But a lot of just great music, like you said, just good old songs that we recorded, and that were it's a compilation, of our various albums together. And,
of course, this CD is available from your website.
HelenCornelius.net, and as well as my gospel and a double collection by me, and it's not it's songs that I wrote or songs that somebody else wrote that I recorded, and we never did put them out. They were just, so they're new songs to them. I guess the only song on my CD double collection called On My Own that they really know is The Rose. But I do have all of those on my website, pictures. And I'm going to be recording, because in my live concerts I always play the piano for a couple of songs and sit there and sing. And I have had fans asking me for a CD of just me and the piano. So as soon as I can get the songs together. I am going to get in the studio and get that done, and that will be on my website as well.
Well, I've been playing songs from all 3 of those albums here, and I just can't wait for that new album, because I was going to mention this a little later on in the interview, but I think probably one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in my life of any artist was you one time on the Midnight Jamboree. You sang "I Love Lisa" and you played it all the way through, just
yes.
yourself on the piano, and that was just.
I do that in
greatest.
my road shows, and I love that song. I do that in my road shows, and it's always probably my most requested song, and gets the most applause for me because it's just such a wonderful song. And then there aren't too many people who do sit and play the piano and sing by themselves, so that kind of makes it special too. But I thank you for that compliment. That makes me feel very good.
Oh, you're welcome. I assume that song will probably be on that new album you're talking
about.
Yes,
it will. It certainly will.
And
that, I'm going to do a bunch of oldies. I'm going to do, I heard somebody singing, "Stop the World and Let Me Off." And I asked who had it out, and they said Johnny and Jack, the Wright brothers. And I want to do that one, and I want to do one of Jackson's "Right or Wrong," and I want to do a Skeeter Davis, "End of the World," and the Davis sisters, "I Forgot More Than You'll Ever Know About him. And I want to do just wonderful old standards. Dottie West, "Here Comes My Baby Back Again," and just a compilation of great old songs.
Well, those are all songs that I think would fit your voice so well and your style. And
well, I want to pick songs that do fit my voice. I do Ernest Tubbs' "Thanks a Lot" all the time in live shows, and I love it, and I'll probably record it. I'll probably put it on there, and just some good old songs.
And the fact that you perform that song and you perform it so well shows just how a great performer you are, because that is a really, really tough song to sing as a singer.
It's very rangy, but at this point, I laugh and say I've got a big mouth, but I don't have any trouble hitting the notes, so as long as I can do it, I will.
You're little, but you're loud.
I'm little, but I'm loud.